May 1st marks the official beginning of Bay State Bike Month, and this year marks the 25th annual celebration of bicycling as a sustainable mode of transportation in Hampden and Hampshire counties. Bay State Bike Month 2024 celebrations includes a variety of events designed to engage all levels of cyclists and foster a supportive biking community. Those events include participating in Bike to Work Week, which takes place on Monday, May 13th through Sunday, May 19th, the third annual mural ride through Springfield, and Westfield's Mayor's Bike Ride on Wednesday, May 22nd.